next group of projections is the sinuses. The clinical indications for the sinuses will be sinusitis, cyst, and polyps. Our technical factors will be 80 and 15. We cannot use AEC for the sinuses. We will not angle for the sinuses. So I'll go into the positioning and then explain the anatomy demonstrated with each of these 4 projections. We'll start out with the lateral, then we'll go to the waters, and the PA, and then end with the SMV. So we'll have our patient turn, and we'll put the left side of the skull on the board here. Make sure there's no rotation or tilt. I'm going to move you back just a little bit. Tell you what, I'm going to scoot the go. Okay, our centering is in between the outer canthus and the EAM. We're just looking at the sinuses here. With the lateral, all 4 sinus groups are demonstrated: the frontal, the ethmoid, the sphenoid, and the maxillary. Now we'll go to the waters, if you'll face the board. And if you'll lift your chin up. And an easy way to remember the waters is you're lifting your chin above water. So your mentum is in the middle of the bucky. It's in the center. You want to make sure, so I'm going to move you over just a tad, make sure there's no rotation or tilt, and your central ray is down the mid-sagittal plane. But the centering for the waters is at the acanthion, so that's right under the nose. So Melanie, I'm going to move this board up. So the easiest way is move the board up and then move your tube to match it. The anatomy demonstrated with the waters is the frontal, the sphenoid, and the maxillary sinuses. There is an angle, the OML is at a 37-degree angle with the image receptor. Now we'll go to the PA. So we don't use angles with the sinuses, but we will use this sponge. Okay, so if you'll move your head back, all right, and then we're going to still kind of tilt your head down. There we go. So if we use the sponge, it kind of, sorry, I'm going to grab this marker here. It kind of simulates the 15-degree angle for the PA. So the centering with this projection with the PA is at the nasion. So the nasion is again at the bridge of the nose. And that's where we are. We are at the bridge of the nose, so we'll make sure that we're lined up and there's no rotation or tilt. So the anatomy demonstrated with the PA is the frontal and the ethmoid. Our last projection with the sinuses is the SMV. And again, it's the same SMV for the skull. So if you'll turn around, this is where you extend your neck back. So if you can kind of move the stool forward just a tad and extend your head back as much as possible. So you put the vertex of your head against the board. Centering is the same again, so we're going to move 1.5 inches below the mandibular symphysis. I'm going to move you over just a tad. We'll line up your tube and bucky. We want to make this as quickly as possible because it's uncomfortable for the patient. And if you cannot, the patient cannot extend their head to make sure the IOML is parallel to the image receptor, then we'll angle the tube so that the CR is perpendicular to the IOML. You can relax. The anatomy demonstrated for the SMV is the sphenoid, the ethmoid, and the maxillary.